Hello, hello, good afternoon, good morning, good lunch, good something to everybody. We're here at the Lotus League final match between DECOY and Immortals. I'm joined here with the beautiful Kaiser Von Krieg. Kaiser, how you doing?
Yo, what's going on?
Wow, Kaiser out here in force tonight. So Kaiser, we are here. This is actually the second round these two teams have faced. DECOY went through the whole tournament flawless and played Immortals in the first round of DECOY's elimination, and Immortals actually won. I believe it was 4-1. So Immortals with a very strong showing. DECOY is now back for round two. This is the end-all, be-all match between these two teams here at the end of this tournament. Winner takes all. What are your thoughts and opinions going on into this one? Who do you think has the edge?
Who has the edge, brother? I think this is a pretty equally matched lineup. You know,
you do?
Round two of the fight.
Okay.
We'll see.
I will say, like I said, DECOY got through the whole tournament without losing a single game, and Immortals did lose to, I don't know if it was one or DECOY. They lost to somebody. Immortals lost to somebody, which knocked them out into the quote-unquote losers bracket. They, of course, fought their way out of the losers bracket, played DECOY, beat DECOY, giving DECOY their one loss, and are currently playing DECOY in the finals match. I'll give the edge to Immortals solely based on, if you're in DECOY's shoes right now, right, you already had, like, this is your game. You have to win this, right? And they lost pretty badly the first time. And let's be honest, that's all because of HUF Wizzy running the Cope tag there. You know, Cope, #1 clan in the game.
True. Very true.
You know, DECOY just doesn't have a Cope member on their team. It would be difficult for them to win. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Cope issue? Yeah.
Both these teams are very good. I'm very excited to see what they have to bring. Lotus League introducing some, shall we say, interesting rules in terms of tanked points, tanked plays, playlists, all that sort of stuff. Should be a lot fun to see what each team brings out. And right off the bat, let me go over tank bans and stuff real quick. We usually do that, and I completely forgot. So I can tell you guys what each team banned and what's going on here. So we go to NA Finals 2. So Noodleton, thank you. Gambit banned Murovanka. Noodleton banned Abby. Gambit banned the Murat, and Noodleton banned the CS. So basically, two of the only fast tank they can use is the Batchat. Running bats for their tank is kind of,
And they're running E6 over the CS since it's banned. Makes sense.
running E6 instead of CS because it's banned. This could be an interesting. I don't think there's been. They've banned the Batchet and they've banned the CS before, but banning both the CS and the Murat is certainly an interesting ban choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we get to see, like, fun tanks, like you said, like the T95E6 over on Immortals side. Let's go over to Tank Fix real quick. I mean, Immortals running Mark 6 Batch at T100LT, another Mark 6. Turan wasn't banned, so Immortals electing to run a Turan. Also running an E50M and a 60 TP. Over on, and they are attacking. Over on DECOY side, you're going to be running double Mark 6, double I7, double Bat, and then Gambit rounding them off in a T95E6. I honestly think you could have dropped the T95E6 for a light tank. But I guess if Gambit's going to be able to definitely put some... Thank you so much, Nick, for the raid of 23. It means a lot. Mr. APCR with the 23. 23-man raid. I like DECOY's lineup personally more for this map. I understand that Immortals is running a Turan. Turan, obviously a very powerful tank, but is it powerful enough to counteract the fact that they're running a 60 TP and an E50M? We're going to find out here. Noodleton scouting out early with the T100LT. He's not going to be able to spot Airstorm. Might be able to get Gambit. Tank camo on the 95E6 is pretty good. But is it good enough to hide him from a light tank being that aggressive? Gambit should get lit up here in a second. And obviously both the bat jets out of Decoy not going to get spotted. Noodleton actually gets outspotted by Gambit. He might get shot by the bats. Multiple shots coming into him. Down 1,000 already in light tanks. Bat jets shoot one more time. They doesn't get one. Doesn't connect. Noodleton probably going to get out safe here. Gambit does get spotted. Multiple blind shots coming out. Noodleton does escape on 700 hit points. Bit of a salvo there with Gambit and Decoy coming out on top. Really surprised Noodleton got outspotted there by the 95v6. Must have been some weird trees and bushes that he was looking through here. What most likely ended up happening is Gambit spotted him when he was up there, and there was a... So, basically, Gambit saw the bottom of the T100 LT, and the T100 LT was looking through bushes, right? The T100 LT's viewport was looking through bushes to see the 95v6, as the 95v6 did not get lit there. Just super unfortunate for Immortals light tank player right there. And now Decoy's up to a, what is that, like a 1,500 point lead? 1,600 point lead almost, damage-wise. So Decoy not moving at all. This is the proper play for them to make, and the Tyran not able to put much work in right now. We're going to go look in the other flank, see how Decoy's set up over here. We have an IS-7 out of Lecto in the sweaty IS-7 position, very strong. And in it's Dip in another powerful position. I've seen a few teams play here, this IS-7 up here. He's very hard to dig out. Noodleton's going to get spotted by him. Is Dip going to react fast enough? A shot comes into Noodleton. And he should be able to get out of there unshotted. And he does do so.
Unshotted.
Unshotted. That grammar works, right? Lecto gets spotted as well in his IS-7. I assumed that was going to be Noodleton spotting him out. And the push here is kind of stalled out for the Immortals team. Decoy set up very well to attempted punish any push Immortals tries to make over here. And Immortals being without a light tank kind of limits what they can do on the A-cap, and Decoy is playing into that. Having a majority of their tanks stacked on this flank. You basically have 3 tanks defending the A-cap, getting spotted by Noodleton, and then everybody else over here waiting for the Batchats and friends to get spotted. Bob moving forward, seeing if he can get spots on Monkey. He does not. Gambit also gets shot at. Bob and Airstorm are the key 2 tanks here. If Bob and Airstorm die, that basically leaves Immortals free to push up. But having 2 Batchats back there, 10 shots between them. Parko saying, I hope this goes to a damage, wins, Ghost Town encounter. Absolutely, Parko. This is just a very slow game. Decoy doing a phenomenal job at wasting time, which is all they really need to do. Mortals getting ready to rotate heavy tanks up the middle of the map. Ryan in the 60 TP, followed by Desert Storm. And it looks like probably the Tyran as well. Wizzy overwatching mid. So, listen, how Immortals, one of the best ways Immortals could go to break this is if they had an IS-7, but it's alternatively they can also do with the Mark 6. But getting the Mark 6 or the IS-7 up to this position to at least keep Gambit proxy spotted as well as Felipe and the Mark 6 would at least get spots out for them. And he's going to be extremely hard to kill here. Decoy basically has nobody in the position to shoot him, except for maybe Dip, but Dip would have to overexpose himself. Ryan in the 60 TP making his way up to the middle of the map. He is going to spot Lecto. Dip, I believe, is unspotted, except for that one time earlier. But Immortals has got to assume that he's still in that position. Ryan, LL Tanks, making the moves in his 60 TP down the middle of the map. Let's go ahead and check out that gold mark. Never mind, he has 0 marks on it. We're going to pretend like we didn't say that. Ryan looking for the possible shot onto Dip, but if he does peek that, Dodger is going to be able to shoot him for free. So unless Immortals can keep Dodger down, Ryan will not come out on top here, and he is just going to be peeking. Dodger's rotating at a terrible time. Ryan not quite full peeking. They don't know where Dip is. Tubbins getting spotted on the other map. Tubbins did push up into that position, as we predicted.
Only Ryan knew he had one free pen here. Unfortunate. Dips doesn't get spotted.
I was muted the whole time. Noodleton playing very bold in the team under LT there to not get shot there. Ryan peeking in the 60 TP. It looks like Ryan's more interested in Lecto over Dip. They really got to kill Dip out of that position to get Noodleton onto the cap. Dip does get spotted. Ryan pushing forward. These positions are so weird to watch them play because on one hand, like Ryan's past Dip and Dip has passed Ryan to their respective sides and teams, but neither one of them are able to get shots. Tubbins gets penned twice. Unsure what that was from. We didn't have the camera panned over there. Ryan driving up and over, and he might try to just go after Dip. I think he can do so for free. The Mark 6 should be able to shoot him. This is not going to be good for Mr. LL Tanks here. He is going to get shot. One shot comes out. It doesn't connect. He is pushing up. Wizzy also going in the batch at Ryan. Hasn't fired his shot yet. Wizzy penned 1. Wizzy pens 2. Ryan pens his shot. Wizzy pens 3. 4. He's got one more. Is he going to be able to get the kill? And he doesn't need to because Desert Storm is there. Wizzy is down to 1 shot. The Cope player penning all of his bat chat shots. Phenomenal mag dump out of the bat chat. Honestly, even in these top teams, you don't see every time when a bat chat YOLOs the full mag being penned. So Wizzy probably had heat loaded, if I had to assume. I will ask him later. But that seemed like a heat mag to me, Kaiser. I don't know about you. Especially on the front of an IS-7 like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Had to be.
So glad you're streaming this. Lonky's commentary is not great. I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it. What was that?
Hit on Wizzy.
Oh, Wizzy!
Another track hit on Wizzy. Wow.
Staying alive by the skin of his... Over on the other side, Willows does die in the E50M, getting pushed out by both the Batchats out of Decoy. That's pretty big, because that means Tubbins is going to go down, too. Tubbins penning Bob, but now Bob's got clean shots to the Tubbins, and Gambit's going to be able to overpeak him from behind.
Goes on fire on the other side.
Monkeynomics in the Turan. This is not looking good for the Immortals team right now. Down 4,000 hit points, as well as Sir Tubbins going to be one shot here. Ryan attempting to rotate out, but it's going to be too little too late. Noodleton getting on the cap circle. Wizzy penning one shot into, I believe, Gambit. Bob getting a shot off onto what I believe is going to be Ryan in the 60 TP. Yes, it was. Unfortunately for Immortals, it's going to be very difficult for Noodleton to get this cap off at all. Monkey using the HE rounds on the Sharan to hit Felipe for 300 damage. Not... Alright, so... Noodleton's position he's in right here is a piece of low ground in the middle of the cap. He's very hard to spot. He's very hard to get shot here as well. This is a very good cap position. Airstorm is going to spot him. Airstorm has to be the one that gets a reset. Noodleton does get the shot in the Airstorm. Airstorm's now probably just going to go up and over to kill him. 58 seconds left in round 1, and it's looking like this is going to be a Decoy victory as Immortals can no longer get the cap out. Phenomenal shot out of Ryan into Airstorm. Noodleton's going to peek on the Batchat. Does get his engine takeout. Does get the kill. 45 seconds remaining for the Immortals team, and they are not going to be able to do it with the time they have remaining. Decoy doing a phenomenal job using their 8th teammate. Their 8th teammate, of course, being the clock to beat Immortals here in round 1. It'll be interesting to see what the Turan did and what the E50M did to see if it was really worth it running those two tanks in comparison of maybe Willows being in a Batchat and just dropping the Turan altogether. I believe Ryan in the 60 TP penned a few shots, so I think he was fine. Let's go ahead and see what the E50M, and there you go, Cope on top yet again, 29-19 damage. Wizzy showing up, and round 1 goes to Decoy. Wizzy doing 29-19, Ryan in the 60 TP 50-33, Desert Storm doing 13-55, Tubbins doing 11-25, 200 LT doing 8-70, Turan out of Monkey doing 7-30, and the Batchat at the bottom getting YOLO, excuse me, the E50M at the bottom getting YOLO by 2 Batchats, only able to pen one shot before going down. Super unfortunate. I think this was a... Unfortunately, these two tanks needed to work really well for Immortal strat, and it didn't end up happening. Over on DECOY's side, they did a phenomenal job setting up the defense. Gambit in the 95E6, 27.99. IS-7 out of Lecto, 25.17. Batchet out of Airstream, 2,000. Bob in the Batchet, about 1,500. Mark 6 out of Dodger, 792. Felipe in the Mark 6, 777. IS-7 out of Dip doing one shot, 484 damage. Dip was the IS-7 that got pushed out. I mean, DECOY, in my opinion, set up better there, Kaiser. What are your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, they just set up in without choosing a light tank, they can just choose an extra IS-7 and take a power position, a forward power position, and just anchor.
Yeah, for sure.
They just had full map control for both caps, so worked out beautifully.
And I will say, Immortals wasted a lot of time on that initial position they were all in.
Yeah, I agree.
So by the time they did get to the other side and the other cap, they did not have the opportunity to even cap the base more than once. They had like one shot. Noodleton got spotted, got reset. I think he's honestly safe in that dip he was in. If he would have just stayed there, then only the Batchat could have reset him. But I don't know that for sure. I don't know the angles the Mark 6s have.
It's I think you can hit it. It's a pixel snipe, I'm pretty sure. Let's go back to Garage before I get the spectator bug.
Classic spectator. Ooh, Immortals whipping out the STRV, running another expensive tank. What are they going to, I assume, 60 TP? It's going to be their secondary to counteract that. Whoa! Jax whipping out the 60 TP. Ryan not in the tank he was just playing. Interesting. That must mean only one thing. I think we're going to see an IS-7 come out here out of the Welsh Stallion.
I wonder what position he's going to.
I think we can infer some guesses here. DECOY running a much more standard lineup. T100, Mark 6, double Batchat. I understand why the point system's in there. I don't know if I like the STRV on this map. Especially for defense. I mean, they can put them back where the Batchats were, but on the same other side, on the other hand, excuse me. Thank you for the follow, James Hilton. You could just run double Batchats back there like DECOY did, and I think it's very effective, and you wouldn't have to run the 60 TP. I don't think the 60 TP is necessarily bad, but I would definitely say something like another IS-7 or Mark 6 would be better.
Yeah, with the stir, they could put it over tracks too. We'll see.
They could, but I believe they're going to put the SCRV over basically in the position that DECOY's Batchats were in. I could be wrong. Either one of those positions is going to work fine in, but it is kind of reliant on a corridor fight, whereas if they would run another heavy tank and just designate like a Batchat to sit back there, it might work a little bit better. DECOY playing a lot better this time? Yeah, they are. That was a much better round out of DECOY. And yeah, Nick, the terrain definitely underperformed for them.
True. Very hard tank to play.
Immortal's going to be setting up for the defensive this time, running double mark 6, 60 TP, IS7, double batch at SCRV. SCRV is going to the train tracks position instead of sitting behind. Over on Decoy's side, double mark 6, double IS7, double bat, T100, very basic lineup. Very good lineup, I will say. Decoy's heavy tanks all setting up in the middle of the map. I don't know if that's to try to spot something. Airstorm losing 69 hit points. Nice. Ryan pushing up to the power position. His IS7. Here we go.
He will get spotted here.
He might not if Airstorm doesn't full come over that ridge. Jackson, the 60 TP, moving to the 60 TP position. Ryan moving forward, gets a spot on Gambit. Multiple shots coming in on Ryan. Ryan in the IS7, though, so Bashat's unable to pen him. And he is safe now. Jax in the 60 TP, moving all the way forward. I don't like this play. I don't like when tanks drive all the way forward as Jax is, just because it makes them kind of easier to YOLO, because the teams can YOLO up and over. And then, like, come right here, and they don't really, like, Jack's teammates can't really support him if they do that. But he is moving forward. Immortal's taking a very aggressive defense. Over on the other side, Wizzy has the corner position now also. Immortal's having full map control over Decoy. See what Airstorm has to do here to get people spotted out. Wizzy in the bat chat is going to outspot him. See if Wizzy gets any shots here. Well, maybe now. Wizzy isn't fully in a bush. This is funny. Both of Immortal's bat chats up in the corner. Airstorm driving towards Wizzy. Wizzy. This is funny how this is playing out on this side. Both Wizzy and Willows are down off the ridge. Airstorm being very close to the T100 LT.
Crazy timing right here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I mean, as long as both these bat jets focus fire out of Cope, Wizzy's the first guy to get spotted. Double bats, and this is going to be difficult for Airstorm to win. One shot, Airstorm's going to go down here, and then it's going to be a focus out of the bats. Willows misses his shot, though. Lecto's coming in. It is a 3v2 situation. Cope, Wizzy is going to go down, and now it's going to be Willows. Willows is probably going to be able to get Gambit as well. Gambit does go down. Lecto is going to be able to kill him. And that is going to be a Decoy coming out on top in that series of trades. However, Decoy did just lose their 200 LT, so capping the A cap is going to be very difficult. Sir Tubbins and Immense Gamer falling back. They can do that. They don't really need to play forward anymore. With Decoy losing the ability to really cap the A-cap successfully, now they can kind of stack everybody to Overwatch Ryan. LL Tanks, excuse me. Felipe has pushed into the position that Tubbins was in the last game in his Mark 6. Jackson, the 60 TP, getting the spots off on the IS-7. Over on the other side, it does appear Monkey Nomics is going to try to go into the sweaty position. No, he's not. He's falling back. Over here, Bob is pushing up on Jax.
Will Ryan spot this?
Ryan spots the two heavy tanks. He does not spot Bob. Bob is looking for Ryan. Ryan might get shot here. No, it's a very difficult shot for Bob to make. Ryan does get shot by Felipe in the Mark 6. Ryan spotting Bob. Bob might get a shot in here into the side of the turret. Bob does not. This position, this IS-7 is very strong. One of the only ways you could push it out is coming here, or alternatively, coming over here. You could shoot that IS-7. You do have to come all the way over here to get angles on them, but you're kind of safe from the Mark 6s, so as long as you have people to shoot them, you can dig it out, but it's very difficult. Does Jack just get a shot in the Bob there? Cheeky little shot. Yeah, he does.
Both I-7s whiffed, unfortunately.
Immortals doing a phenomenal job themselves of using their 8th teammate, being the clock, of course. Thank you for the follow, Fear My Skill, for like the 9th time. Push coming out. Excuse me, yes they are. IS-7's coming up, 0 damage done on the IS-7s right now. IS-7s are going to struggle a little bit to pen the 60 TP. Like that. And now the SCRV farm's going to come in, but if those IS-7s get safe, a lot of damage coming in. It's Dip getting shot again. 60 TP staying alive for a long time. You have 3 tanks here that don't have a lot of pens. Fighting one another. It is kind of funny. Dodger Blue going down to 454 hit points. Jack's still alive. A lot of bounces. Jax gets the kill onto Dodger Blue, and now Dip and Jax are on the same amount of hit points. Dip gets the pen in him. Jax still reloading. Jax may have a damaged ammo rack. Looks like a very long reload. Jax is going to be able to shoot Dip one more time, and Dip is going to... It's up to Jack's teammates to try to save him here. Does drive forward. Dip does get the finish, losing basically both their IS-7s. Over on the other side of the map, excuse me, Felipe, as well as, I don't see who the other guy was, pushing out Sir Tubbins, killing Sir Tubbins. The bat chat. Now you have cap pressure coming out by Felipe and Lecto. Immense Gamer going in for the 2v1 situation. Monkeynomics is going to be joining him. Immense Gamer on 2,300 hit points, backed up by an SCRV. He is just going to be over-peaking. Felipe gets one shot in. Felipe is unable to retaliate. Again, it's going to be very difficult for Felipe to even do anything here to game. He does pen one shot. Lecto is spotted going in. Lecto gets shots once, damaged ammo rack. Monkey kills Felipe. And now it's going to be Lecto in a 2v1, and this is looking very good for Immortals. Lecto is going to dive there. It's Dip moving up in his IS-7. Ryan is yet to be dead, though. Ryan with the big boy flanks. Still alive in the power position. What's the point? On PC it's possible too. Let me answer that question after that. I'm unsure what you're trying to say. Bob pushing forward into where he thought Ryan was. Ryan does get spotted. Is Bob going to get a shot? No, he does not. Ryan does get a shot into Dip. Dip does go down, and this is going to be a Immortals defense win. You know, Kaiser, as it's looking right now, we might be going into tiebreaker match in counter damage wins. And artillery wasn't banned.
Why would he jinx that?
The 1v1 of LL Tanks versus E90 M3 Bob. Who is going to come out on top? And it is the Welsh IS-7 player. Round 2 going to Immortals. SCRV doing 2,800 damage. Immense Gamer in the Mark 6 doing 2,766. Jackson the 60 DP 2,759. Massive plays out of this man right here, staying alive for as long as he did. IS-7 out of Ryan doing 1962. Cope, Wizzy, penning full mag, 1612. Rather unfortunate he died. I mean, understandable why DECOY focused out the best player, you know? I get it. So kudos to DECOY. That was the right thing to do. Didn't let Wizzy cook. Tubbins in the Mark 6, 1222. Willis in the batch at 1218. Over on the other side, Airstorm doing one shot worth of damage. Bob doing 1,117. I7 out of Dip, 1235. Dodger Blue in the 1365. Gambit, 1863. Mark 6 out of Felipe, 2237. And then Bashet out of Lecto, 3229. So what happened here is that the initial trade that both teams did, right, so was very expensive. Basically, what ended up happening was Immortals lost 2 Batchats, and they killed a Batchat and a team in return. Not really worth it for Immortals, but at the same time, not really worth it for DECOY either. DECOY lost a team in their team, making it unable to cap the A-cap, at least very safely. And then the turning point for the game really was the double IS-7s pushing up over onto Jax. Jax not dying quickly and allowing both IS-7s to die in that position, basically to die. in a 1v2 situation. I know it wasn't quite a 1v2 because Immortals had a Mark 6 overwatching. Just super unfortunate for DECOY. And both sides won the defensive side. So scores 1-1 going into map 2, Mines. You think we're going to see a Storm Tiger?
I don't know. I think who runs that one, right?
Immortals does also.
Yeah, I guess they do. I don't know. We'll see.
Usually, I think Noodle likes to play the Storm Tiger on this map. Noodle or Tubbins? I could be wrong. I think Noodle might play it. They are attacking, so not from this round. Map. DECOY usually doesn't run the Storm Tiger. Dodger Blue in the 95E6. I like the 95E6. If the 95E6 didn't have such a massive fucking cupola, it would definitely be a comp tank. For sure.
No cupola? Oh, it would be,
It'd be broken as shit, too.
Cracked, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it would be. I mean, that's basically CS63.
Yeah, better turret.
CS turret's really good. Better gun, for sure, than CS. DPM-wise, at least.
Bro, the CS turret is papered. What?
Auto ricochet, brother. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you can juke people out.
Complaining about spoilers after I say it's 1-1. Best of? That's a good question. I have no idea. Alright, sorry, let me go over tank picks real quick. Immortals running double Mark 6, IS4, double Batchet, double 95E6. I like that lineup. Over on the other side, DECOY running VZ55, double Mark 6, double Bat, double 95E6. Man, this looks like a hill push for both teams. Alright, Kaiser. This is going to be a difficult one to call.
Yeehaw, brother.
What we are going to call is that Bob gets the hill before everybody else spots. All of Immortals team does get shot twice. DECOY is going to be following right in. It is a lot easier for the attacking team to hit shots. Its dip goes down to 900 hit points. Willis is on 1,200, excuse me, 800. Bob in a 2v1 versus the Batchats. Both bats are reloading. Jax is taking a brunt of the fires. Immense Gamer and Sir Tubbins both going up. Airstorm's on 980. First tank does go down out of Bob. The 95E6 and Batchats out of DECOY now up here in a 5v something situation. All the Batchats on Immortal side are reloaded. Immense Gamer makes it to the top in a Mark 6. And he is able to kill Dip. Dodger Blue now in a 4v3 situation. Over on the other side of the map, Mark 6 is pushing out Sir Tubbins. Gambit gets one shot into him. Felipe gets the second shot. Sir Tubbins is on 2 shot for these Mark 6s. Felipe is going to get the kill here on Tubbins. Tubbins does go down. Gambit and Felipe turning their attention towards the IS-4. Over on the top of the hill, though, it has been an Immortals victory up here rather handsomely. It's going to be very difficult for DECOY to come back from this. Willows does get shot. Felipe does get the kill. Ryan staying alive on 1019 hit points. 600 now, and he does fall back. He is still alive, though. Felipe going down to 1 shot. 327 hit points. Gambit on 759. Monkeynomics and Jax does go down out of Felipe. 3v3 situation. Yeah, Felipe goes down out of Immense Gamer. Lecter goes down via Monkey. And now it's Gambit in the 1v3 situation. And it's not looking good for him. Gambit. Batchet bounces off Gambit. Gambit with another bounce on the Batchet. Batchet with another bounce on Gambit. Low roll on the Mark 6, and Monkey finally finishes.
That's pretty wild. So Bob was
Whew.
first up. He was kiting both of Immortal's bad checks. He bought a lot of time, but he
still
got
lost.
Amarak, bro. Huge.
For how much was an Amarak? Like 1,100?
Yeah.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Over on Immortal side, 95E6 doing 3,100 damage. MS Gamer in the IS7, 2833. Ryan in the IS4, 2151, doing a phenomenal job in the 2v1. He did get away, barely. Batchat out of Monkey doing 2114. Tubbins in the Mark 6 doing 1832. Jackson in the 95E6, 1364. Batchat out of Wizzy, only penning like 4 shots, doing 1143. I'm going to just say it, like, I mean, it's just like, I don't like those strats in this map. This is one of the few maps, this map as well as Cliff, you can kind of just YOLO and say fuck it, you know? I don't like that. I don't think that was a very fun game to watch. It was just like a bunch of people driving into one another. I don't even think Focus Fire was particularly good. That's just me. We're going to see, obviously, the other side of it now. I'm curious if teams do the same exact thing. I don't think they will. I think usually you see like one fast-paced side like that, and then the second round is going to be much slower. I can't tell you for sure, though. So I'm going to go and get some water real quick, Kaiser. Keep the stream occupied, all right? You're doing a great job. 6 Hour says he'll join Cope if Kaiser joins. Kaiser? Kaiser? Join Cope, dude.
What was that? I didn't hear anything.
I said Sig said he'll join Cope if you do, dude. Come on.
Pagu!
There we go. 2 new Cope recruits. All right, keep them. I'm going to go get something to drink real quick. 1 sec.
Personally, I'm not a fan of yellowing middle of mines. You know, it's a toss-up. It's gambling with Focus Fire, you know. North side definitely has better spawn to yellow middle. Just a little gamble, you know. But yeah, the score is 3-1 now. Mortals coming out with the Type 5 on attack. Very interesting. Could be utilized for, what is that, B-Cat under the hill? Mortals also choosing the Progetto. Very interesting tank choices. Just a little tank selection pause.
I'm back.
Interesting lineup. I never thought I would see a 50B Type 5 Progetto E6 all on one lineup.
What the fuck? What's going on here? Type 5
Very
heavy?
interesting.
Okay, okay. Type 5 heavy, so they have to run a Progetto to balance it out. I don't know why they wouldn't just run a 60 TP instead, but that's just me. Over on Decoy side, much more
Standard.
standard.
Mortis is so lightly armored for defense. Very interesting.
Well, I mean, Ryan's going to play forward in the IS-7. Type 5 heavy is going to play up against the Ridge. Batchat in 95E6 can take Island. Probably just Batchat. Progetto can take Island with Batchat. 95E6 can play in the E4 position, like sitting behind them. 50B can go all the way back to the corner of the map and play like the position that can shoot hill. Oh, 95E6 is probably going to play like back where the Sturm Tiger usually sits. You understand? Or maybe Mark 6. The for sure positions I know people are going to take. I know Noodleton's going to play into the hill with Type 5 Heavy. I know Tubbins is probably going to play back into the position that can shoot up on the hill with the 50B. And I know that Wizzy's most likely going to take Island. So, then let's go over Decoy's lineup real quick. I mean, double Mark 6, double I7, double Bat, Teenage 5 very standard lineup. I'd say Decoy's lineup's better, personally. I don't get the picking of the Progetto over a 60 TP on defense here, or even the E50M. I just don't think the Progetto's that good. Jax may do a shit ton of damage here. Jax going to sit in the back position. Wizzy going to Island. Ryan driving forward to the aggressive position. Noodleton going to sit up underneath. Monkeynomics also going to the E4 position. Immense Gamer, yep, sitting in that position with his Mark 6. Tubbins going to the position back there, just like we thought. Ryan pushing aggressive, just like we thought. Wizzy crossing. Wizzy's going to get spotted by Airstream. Is he going to get shotted by Airstream? And Gambit misses a shot. And now, Monkeynomics push forward, does get a shot off into Airstream. Might be able to shoot again. He does get spotted for that. He might get another shot, and blind fire does not hit. Ryan gets shot by somebody and penned by somebody. Probably Dip.
Dip's in the dip.
Dip is in the dip. That is correct. They're saying battle for India. Gambit versus Wheezy. Interesting.
What?
Wildly out of pocket. Dodger Blue blind firing somebody. I don't know. Airstorm pushed forward to the island on his Batchat. He's in some 1400. A lot of blind fires coming out of both teams. Let's go ahead and... Gambit rotating around the side of the hill. Making the play for that A cap already. I do think A is the better cap here to cap out. Ryan in the IS-7. One-man army out in these streets. The man, the myth, the legend. Batchat out of Bob, blind firing Tubbins' position. He's missing, though. He doesn't quite know where Tubbins is sitting. He's coming very close. Tubbins doing his best not to move. He's
getting pretty close.
I don't think he thinks you can get as high as you can. Gambit unsure about what he... Need Magna back to set the E50 meta. True. And again, I mean, Immortals doing a great job setting the pace here on the defensive round. That was an Immortals victory last time, right?
Yeah.
So score is, what, we've played 2 maps, 2-2? Or we've played steps only, right?
3-1, bro.
3-1. Immortals, what? Are you sure?
Oh, shit. Not sure.
Wait, no. 2-1.
Ah, shit.
Guys are stupid, boys.
Hey.
No, this game isn't over. Still streaming.
Wait, what is the score? Officially?
Score's 2-1. 2-1. Immortals winning.
Okay.
I actually didn't ruin it, guys. Like, that's not the score. You guys will see this, obviously, in 5 minutes, but... Not a whole lot of stuff going on from the attacking team on the decoy. Blind fire's coming on to the Tubbins positions. Nobody's actually been able to fucking hit him. Felipe gets spotted in return. Is Sir Tubbins going to be able to get any shots into him? No, he's not. A lot of blind fires out of all of Decoy's team. And it's just not doing a lot. Maybe they'll run out of ammo at some point. The bats, especially the bat jets that are just mag dumping over and over again. Hit points basically the same. Decoy has 5 minutes to push, and right now it's not looking good. We're really running into the clock here. It's a boring game. It's like both teams are like waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Nobody's really over peaking. And Decoy is going to come out on bottom because they are the attacking team, so Immortals doesn't really need to over peak.
Let's tell him counter, not looking so bad right now.
True. I'm curious to what Decoy's plan is here because they're all stacked on this flank, but there's quite literally no way they can push this. Gambit just got spotted too. I don't know if he was spotted going into that position, but he is spotted now. So they, like, Immortals knows there's a Mark 6 over there. Type 5 Heavy out of Noodleton rotating over to sit by Ryan for this cross that they assume was about to happen. And it is about to happen right now. Airstorm Dodger Blue at 90, all crossing, and they are unspotted doing so. This is the proper way to attack this like this. Gambit being just a bait tank here. And if they get all the way unspotted, which they do, both Batchats get spotted. Monkey knows he's in a hurt situation now. Wizzy, though, with the cross, and he bounces 1. Not a good showing for Cope. Pens 2 on Airstorm. And Wizzy does go down. Unfortunate copage. Makes me sad. Not a lot of damage into these Decoy players. And then Monkeynomics, 95e6 is a little too tall there to play that position. And phenomenal push out of Decoy, killing 2 Immortals tanks basically for free. Very good doing that. Yep, hidden. Absolutely perfect. Now Immortals is going to have to prepare for this, but this is basically going to be a Decoy victory at this point. Not a whole lot Immortals can do to come back from this, unfortunately, because the Type 5 Heavy out of Noodleton and the IS-7 out of Ryan are very out of position now.
Tubbins full swinging, but so is Gambit.
Yeah, and the 50B doesn't have the camera ready to do what Tubbins wants to do here. Yeah, and Gambit's gonna haul down Mark 6, so yeah, exactly how we thought that was going to go down. Cap pressure coming out of its dip. I don't know if dip's gonna stay there, if he's just pushing forward. I think he's just pushing forward. Gambit in the Mark 6. He's gonna be able to farm Tubbins. Not a whole lot Tubbins can do here. And then cap pressure out of dip. This is going to be a Decoy victory for sure. Ryan in the I-7 getting to the building. Unfortunately, he can't do a lot here. He's now stuck at this building. Type 5 out of Noodleton. Also rotating up, but he won't be able to do much.
Felipe will farm this. Yep.
Felipe is going to shoot him at least one more time on the Type here. Felipe does get another shot, 375. And now Ryan and Noodleton are stuck. Over on the other side, we have the 1v1 of Gambit versus Tubbins, and it's going to be a Gambit victory royale here. Tubbins reloading. Tubbins getting ammo racked. Unless Tubbins can kite this guy around a building, which is going to be difficult. 50 beats fast, but so is the Mark 6, and Gambit comes out on top.
Yeah.
Over on this side of the map, it is just a decoy slaughter. Ryan going for the reset, going into a massive crossfire. He's going to be unable to do so. And he does go down. And this is going to be a decoy victory, making the score 2-2. Immortals winning on the YOLO fight. Decoy winning on the playing fight. Looks like it's more than live. No, it's dead. Well done. Official match. Yeah, let's go over damages real quick. Progetto 65. Top of the team, Kaiser. Here we were making fun of it. 1,700 damage. Monkeynomics in the 95-6, 1573. Tubbins in the 50B, 1530. Men's Gamer in the Mark 6 doing 1115. Tap Heavy out of Noodleton, 1064. Batchat out of Wizzy. Unfortunately, only one shot. I'm again, decoy focused out the cope player. I get it. I get it. You got to take out the biggest threats, okay? And then same with Ryan at the bottom, you know? You got to kill the IS. Now, in Ryan's case, I just don't think he had shots all game. Over on decoy side, Bob in the Batchat, phenomenal game, 3,095 damage. I7 out of Lecto, 2275. Mark 6 out of Gambit, 2100. Felipe in the Mark 6, 1904. Dodger Bloom, 1995, 1652. Airstorm in the Batchat, 1616. And Dip in the IS7, 508 damage. This game just came out to... Decoy made the best play. Like, that was perfect. I mean, perfect Batchat play, unspotted. Yeah. Gambit got spotted. He held the Mark 6. Immortals had nobody really in position to spot him. And it showed. I mean, congratulations. And then Wizzy unfortunately
they
got
executed the island push perfectly.
Yep.
I mean, to do that island push that late in the game, you put Gambit in the lighthouse so Wizzy can't spot that water push because the chieftain Gambit in the lighthouse
Monkeynomics
is holding him.
Monkeynomics.
No, Gambit was in the chieftain.
I know. I'm saying Monkeynomics would have been the one spotting that cross.
Oh, right. He was covering.
Yeah. So and we're watching it again. I mean, it was a perfect push, and Immortals had nobody in a position to counteract that. So.
Yeah, see, Monkey has to spot this right now, but you can't because Gambit is at the lighthouse. It's perfect.
And then the 95v6 is tall, so once these Batchats did eventually get into position, there's nothing he could do. And then Wizzy was getting shot. Wizzy really needed to be at the rock, like behind him, to be more safe there. But he just wasn't, unfortunately. So great push out of Decoy. Really good push. Stream all making fun of the match right now for being sleepy. And then the Giga Chad push just happened out of Decoy. So yeah, guys, score is 2-2, tie game. We're going to Ghost Town and counter, Kaiser. And artillery wasn't banned.
Let's get past Mally first, brother. Got some Mally action. Hell yeah.
I like Mally as a map, personally. I think it hasn't been played much, because it hasn't really... I don't think it's had an NBA as long as the other maps have. I think it's definitely a slept-on map. I think it's definitely, like, there with... It's there with, like, Arctic Region, where I don't mind playing Arctic Region. I think it's a fine map. I don't think it's one of the best maps. I don't think it's necessarily bad. Is it as good as Sand River and Steppes? No. But I think Arctic Region and Mali are in those, like, C-tier maps that are still playable. Could have some fun plays, some fun strats.
Not bad. Mally is very punishing. I think Mally has a good skill ceiling.
There's
to
some
hit.
nasty
Like,
bushes.
You have to play with view range and
Yeah. No, for
spotting
sure.
mechanics.
Yeah. I think the biggest mistake I see a lot of teams make, especially the newer ones, is they all go for the hill, even on the defending team. And defending team especially does not need to take hill. The attacking team really doesn't need to take hill either. You don't gain much positional advantage over the map if you take hill. And it is pretty expensive to do so. I personally like the...
It could turn into a power position depending on how the game plays out.
If the defensive team takes it, absolutely. If the defensive team takes hill, it can... It can, for certain, turn into a power position because then they have overlook on that cap circle from their spawn. But the easier cap for the attacking team to take is the A cap, the Orvlov Ranch position. On the attacking team, personally, this is the position you want to get yourself in. You want to take this cap circle, especially if you're quick enough, you can do it with the T100LT. Any light tank that's fast enough, basically any tank, I mean, you can cap the base right here almost for free, and then you just have to keep these guys off. See how Immortals and Decoy are separating? Oh, I completely forgot to go over tanks, excuse me. Immortals on the attack running a Mark 6, double I7, double bat, 95v6, 200LT. Basically a lineup everybody's been running. Over on the other side, Decoy running Mark 6, double I7, double bat, 95v6, 200LT. So, wait, is that exactly the same? They're exactly the same. All right. So this is going to come down to calling and who can hit their shots better. Airstorm with an aggressive spot in the middle. Spotting Monkeynomics in his bat chat. Monkey a little hesitant. Doesn't know if he wants to go up. And then Gambit and the rest of the Decoy band of brothers are taking hail from defense.
Oh, not full.
No. Gambit's just going to the silly little position here. The Bayzed position. So, with Gambit taking this position, they have to kill Gambit now before they can start base capture. So, Gambit now can basically solo the B cap. And Decoy is going to be able to commit more resources to the other side of the map. Immortals hasn't really taken advantage of the fact that they could have full map control right now. Noodleton playing quite passive. This might be a slow game again, guys. Nope, Immortals has started to take the hill. This is going to play right into Decoy's mind here. Gambit is basically completely safe in his IS-7. It's going to be very hard to kill out. Immense Gamer, Sir Tubman's not going to have a lot of shots. They are covered by Felipe as well in the Mark 6 behind him. The proper play here is for Immortals to try to take that A-cap. That is going to be the move they need to make. Dodger Blue ringing shots out in his tank. It's Dip playing the IS-7 up against the window here. He is looking out. Obviously nobody's there. This is
micro movements from Gambit getting penned twice by Monkey.
Monkey is able to pen him twice in the bat chat. I wonder where these shots went in. Great shots out of Monkey. I don't know how Gambit ended up getting penned there, to be honest with you. Where did he get penned? Engine deck, Papega. Serious? That might have just been a super lucky shot out of Monkey.
Both shots were in engine deck. Could have been the way he was angled on the incline and whatnot.
Must have been. Gambit must have been driven back onto that hill and just able to pen twice. This is a severe, like, I'm just going to say it for both teams right now. Not so much Decoy, but for Immortals, the lack of vision out of the 200 LT is going to cost them the game. Just the lack of knowledge Immortals has right now. Decoy has been able to take basically all of the power positions. They're set up very well for whatever Immortals has to do. Immortals now finally dedicating to the 1-2 line 4 minutes into the game, so they've now committed to the A flank. That's a huge like, not knowing what you're gonna do off rip is a massive mistake. They wasted so much time getting into this position, and now they have 6 minutes to successfully dig out this Decoy team. Noodleton finally taking the height position. Nobody's up there, of course. Immortals leading the charge across, leaded by Jax, followed by Wizzy and Monkey. Noodleton dropping down. They're going to get some vision out. Dip is going to get spotted here. Jax take now. This is where the T95E6 is kind of like Pepega, because it has the heat pen to contest an IS-7, like, easily. Noodleton should spot Dip here. I don't know if he went all the way up. I think you have to get to, like, here to spot the IS-7. So, Immense Gamer on top of the hill, getting shot once by Felipe. Bit of an overpeak there. Gets shot again by Felipe. Felipe rinsing Immense Gamer here. Is Felipe going to get another shot into him? I'm curious on where exactly Immense Gamer was getting penned at. Just Capola? Yeah, Capola. Lower plate and Capola. Over on the other side of the map, Noodleton gets shot once. Wizzy gets shot once by Bob. Bob gets shot now by the Hill Heavy Tanks. Monkey, Jackson, Wizzy all pinned down. Getting outspotted by Airstorm in the 200 LT in the middle. Bob getting shot once. Bob is one shot. Is he going to get killed? Monkey has a shot here. It's going to be a difficult one. 2 shots come out of Monkey and Wizzy. Shots both missed. Monkey has one more shot. Gets the track off. Bob is now tracked there. And Bob does go down. First kill of the game. Noodleton pushing up to a slightly more aggressive position. Starting to get some vision out. Immortals are really under the clock now. They have 4 minutes to get this done. They have taken a bit more map control, but they have lost a lot of hit points to do it. Airstorm sitting in the very... I don't know if that bush was good or not. It is a bush, and it should work. So he is going to be able to be an early proxy alarm if these Batchats try to do any shenanigans like they're doing right now. Batchats, of course, attempting to... Nope, Batchats are crossing back. From my angle before, I thought they were just coming down along those lines of houses, but they should be safe doing what they're doing. So...
What are they rotating for? Are they rotating for a 0 push, perhaps?
They might be able to come in onto Gambit. So I think Tubbins and Gamer are going to go in on the Gambit here. And the Batchats could also come up on the Gambit also. So, because Gambit's kind of like safe-ish. Airstorm gets shot once by Jackson, the 95E6. Noodleton's in a pretty decent position as 200 LT. He's able to get a lot of vision out there. But I think the Batchats are coming on to Gambit. Yeah, Immense Gamer's pushed up to Gambit as well. He is losing a lot of hit points. Gambit gets shot once by the 200 LT out of Noodleton. And they're just basically buying time for these Batchats. These Batchats are surely not trying to cap them. What are these Batchats going for? Monkeynomics gets spotted. Are they going for Felipe and the Mark 6? They are. This is a pretty good play. This has to work out exactly how Immortals thinks it does. One shot out of Monkey. Monkey does get shot once. Wizzy is not in the fight. Bounce out of Wizzy. Airstorm's able to get there for punish. Another bounce out of Monkey. Monkey does go down. Wizzy has the clip potential to kill him, but does he have the remaining? No, he doesn't. He is going to go down here. Wizzy is reloading. Felipe's on one shot. Tubbins does get in here. Tubbins shoots Airstorm instead of the one-shot Felipe. Now he's going to get shot by a Mark 6 in return. A bit of a misplay there. 2 misses on these. And Tubbins bounces again on the Mark 6. Huge. The push is going to come out onto Jackson here in a second. Jack's farming Dodger Blue in his 95-6. Felipe does go down. And now it is going to be Noodleton capping the base. A minute, 15 seconds left. But the counter push is already coming in on Airstorm and Lecto. They are going to come. They don't even need to come up over there. Airstorm and Lecto can come up all the way over here. Jax is holding the wide angle, unspotted. Sir Tubbins and Noodleton. Now in the cap circle, 24 seconds remaining. Noodleton is the tank that has all the capture points. Tubbins is a one-shot. He is going to get spotted by Airstorm. Oh, he's not a one-stop for Airstorm. Excuse me. I am severely mistaking here. Airstorm spotting once, and Noodleton going into the bush. Tubbins going in for the intercept. Tubbins is going to get the reload here. Tubbins doesn't go down. Airstorm is going to be one shot. Noodleton needs to be ready for this shot. If Noodleton needs to take the shot, he does go down. Noodleton is spotted, but is he going to get shotted by the enemy? And a shot does come in. Phenomenal shot out of Lecto on the bat chat, getting the reset off. A minute 16 now. They can still cap the base, but it is going to be double cap pressure required. Jackson, the 95E6, the only tank with hit points remaining, and he is far away from his team. He is approaching onto Dodger Blue.
Oh.
And who died there? Immense Gamer died in the Mark 6 to... Who was that? Dip? Or was that Dodger? Dodger got the kill, didn't
Dodger.
he? Jackson, Dodger going into a 1v1 in here. Jax on 700 hit points. Dodger on 538. They are in the same exact tank here. Jax rotating around. Does get a shot in a Dodger. Dodger does not get the shot back. Noodleton does take a shot. Noodleton is going to die to Lecto now, unfortunately. Noodleton does go down. Dip does go down. Dodger, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, Decoy wins this game, but... And a bounce out of Jax. Jax still has one more opportunity to kill Dodger here, though. And Dodger with the high roll. Congratulations to Decoy. That was a close game. Very close game. Jax sitting so far out in his 95E6. I don't really know what the turning point was for that game. I think it was...
Could have worked a little misplays, some, you know, misses, bounces. I think focus fire was a little off on the zero line push.
Yeah, and then the Batchat's also kind of fluffing onto the... I think the Batchat should have pushed Gambit, personally. With the heavy tanks. You have 4 tanks, then push Gambit, and then you have 4 tanks, then push that heavy tank. Going over damage really quick, Jax all the way out in the flank doing 3265 in the 95v6. Immense Gamer in the batch at Mark 6 doing 2400. Tubbins in the IS-7, 1941. Batchat out of Wizzy, 1887. 1 mag. Monkey Nomics, 1 mag as well, 1883. TNRTL, the Noodle, unfortunately only able to pen 2 shots. IS-7 out of Ryan again. Only penning 1 time. Over on the other side, Decoy Felipe doing his best to stay alive in the Mark 6, 3193. Dip in the IS-7, 3096. Lecto in the Batchat, 2619. Phenomenal game. Dodger also in the 95v6, 2578. T900C out of Airstorm doing a 1009 damage, 1109. IS-7 out of Gambit, penning 2 shots, 949. And Batchat out of Bob, penning 2 shots as well, 806. I just think Decoy played it a little better there. Immortals had a pretty nice push idea. It was just kind of executed slowly. First of all, the Batchats kind of stopped. The Batchats had to cover a lot of ground to get to that Mark 6. So it wasn't like in a situation when the Batchats pop over the ridge and they're able to mag dump for free. It was certainly unfortunate for Immortals, because they were crossing open ground in front of a Mark 6 and a Batchat in the form of Lecto. And I think as well as Airstorm joined the fight there also at the end, so...
That's the thing with Mali. You're always crossing open ground, so
they almost did it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Like it's mandatory.
I think that they were under a time crunch too, and so Immortal started playing very aggressive there towards the end. I mean, the Batchat push happened with 3 minutes left on the clock. They were running out of time. Monkey also getting spotted. Wizzy getting spotted was a little Pepega. I think they needed to wait for Gambit to die first, because I think Gambit's what spotted them. If they came around the corner without being spotted, it might have been a little better. Also, Monkey stopped driving altogether, as does Wizzy. But Wizzy starts moving there at the end and gets the rest of his mag off. But, guys, just so everybody knows, it is predetermined maps. Maps are selected by admins. Already, boys. Just so everybody is aware.
Monka, I have to subscribe for my favorite emoji. 1 second.
Yeah. Going on to the second round of Mally. Decoy running LT, Batchat, 95v6, double mark 6, IS7. Pretty good lineup. Over on the Immortal side, IS7, Valor. Seeing a Valor for the first time in a while. I just don't think it's as good as the other tanks. Kaiser! With the tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much, Kaiser. 3 months in a row. That means a lot. Score is 3-2. Decoy winning. Definitely a better showing out of Decoy this time, though. 100%. Going from last situation where they lost 4-1 to now making the score 3-2. Much better. I wonder what Tubbin's going to be doing on the Valorant Gamer going to be doing on the Valorant defense. Are they going to be probably playing the position the Mark 6 was in out of who was in the Mark 6 for them? Felipe. If I had to guess. Score is 3-2. Decoy up. I don't know if this is first to 4 wins or not. Hang on. Let me double check real quick.
Whoa, spoilers. Just kidding.
I'm watching the
First to 4? Yeah, first to 4 now.
Is this first to 4?
I think so.
All right, this could be the Decoy Victory Royale. If Decoy can pull off the attacking round here versus the Immortals Superstars. Again, both these teams have been playing for a pretty decent amount of time now together. Both pretty good in the realm of competitive teams. Definitely top tier for the Lotus League, as they are the victors. And you see a completely different attack out of Decoy here. At least it looks like it, playing very aggressive down the 1-2 line. Much different than what you saw from Immortals. And I'll just be curious if Decoy keeps this whole pace going the entire time. And Noodleton in the T also driving out. See what happens here if Noodleton gets into the bush in time. Noodleton does. And Airstorm does get spotted, as well as Dodger Blue and Bob. Decoy now stuck here. Same thing happened. Over on the other side, the Batchats in 95v6 repositioning themselves. They've got the Valor in a position, as well as the IS7 and a Sir Tubbins. Sir Tubbins climbing up. Sir Tubbins is going to solo hill. Much better match out of Noodleton this game, in my opinion. He's got a lot more information for his team early on. Huge for the Immortals team having that much information. Ryan and the IS7 getting set. I mean, they're just copying Decoy's defense. With the exception of Willows and Monkeynomics are playing rather aggressive.
More aggressive because they know they're all West.
Felipe and the Batchats all blind firing the position that Noodleton is no longer in. Airstorm, if you're not getting spotted here, brother, you need to know you gotta go. You need to play. Decoy has taken more map control already than Immortals did at this time. Remember, Immortals did not push until the 6-minute mark. Decoy leaving themselves with 2 additional minutes to try and play things. On the other side, though, Immortals has fully taken the hill, which makes the cap out of B basically uncappable. I mean, it's hard to cap as is, but now it's very hard to cap. Immense Gamer able to play up in kind of a little power position in the Valor here. Because he's uncontested here. And right now, I mean, if I had to say something, I'd say Immortals is in the better positions. They are certainly set up for some great punishing shots. Over to the other side, Gambit in the Mark 6. It's Dip also spotted. Noodleton pushed forward. Tubbins got shot already. I mean, Tubbins is in a pretty aggressive position. Really no need for him to get shot. And the Decoy roster is stuck back here now. Tubbins playing basically free safe. Ryan in the IS-7 is going to be very hard to dig out. I think we're going to see an encounter match, Kaiser. First one damage wins. Like,
yeah, brother.
Absolutely, brother. Airstorm getting spotted in the LT. See if any shots came out onto him. One shot out of Gamer does come up. Noodleton gets spotted. He is going to go behind the church to get safe. He did get safe. Another shot came out on him, but it doesn't matter. And this is going to be difficult for Decoy to push up into this now, especially with Gamer and the Valor pushing all the way forward. I mean, Decoy's stuck. Decoy is stuck back there. Felipe and the Mark 6 attempting to give a little bit of a climb ski going on here. Wiggling back and forth. Good use of time for the Mark 6, climbing up the hill to get shots that he won't even have here. I guess it's the thought process for the IS-7. You can't go back here, buddy. That's a wall.
We are pushing up now.
Decoy is. Let's go to the other flank then instead of watching Felipe climb. Sir Tubbins spotted the IS-7. Immense Gamer also holding the cross. Immense Gamer rotating back. This is kind of unfortunate. I don't know why Immense Gamer is doing this. Immense Gamer really needs to be farming this cross. Bit of a misplay out of the Valor here. Valor getting shot by... Oh, Bob. Bob getting shot once. Bob might get shot again here. Gamer needs to get into this fight to try to keep Tubbins alive. Gamer does get spotted. One shot into them. Now, in this situation, it would have been better for Gamer to be in a Mark 6 here. Tubbins is going to be able to stay alive. Gambit as well as Dip can just cross in front of him. Now, the guy that's going to die here is Gamer. Gamer is now no longer safe from the Mark 6 of Gambit in the IS-7 of Dip. Tubbins, honestly, Tubbins leaving the hill in the IS-7 may have lost his team the game. Because if Tubbins was up here in his IS-7, or even a Mark 6, Dip and Gambit couldn't do this. But they can now for free. This is a massive misplay out of Immortals, allowing Decoy to do this. Like, absolutely massive. Immortals, Willows, Cope, Wizzy, and Monkey all attempting to stop the IS-7 push. Mark 6 gets shot once by Willows. Wizzy now showing up in the 95E6. It's going to be difficult for Wizzy to win this, though. It's Dip getting shot once. Willows getting shot again. Unable to pen. Willows is dry now, and it's going to be a 95E6 in the 3v1 situation. However, if you want somebody in the 3v1, it is the Cope player, all right? Oh, look at Dodger Blue with the greedy shots there on the 95E6. And you guys need to run. You need to run, Wizzy. Yeah. Wizzy doing his best to stay alive here, but it's not going to work. Again, massive misplay. Tubbins leaving the hill. Wizzy does get out alive. Over on the other side of the map, Monkey gets shot one time. Wizzy now in the position that the heavy tank was in. Over on the other flank, we have cap pressure starting out of Felipe because Ryan had to leave. And this is just a throw on Immortals. This is a, I mean, this is a Decoy win. I'm 99% sure this is a Decoy win. I don't know how Immortals are going to come back from this. Immortals getting tearing apart. Massive, phenomenal play out of Decoy, retaking the hill in that matter, and just horrendous for the Immortals team to leave the hill in the manner in which they did. Dodger Blue does go down. Airstorm is one shot. Noodleton is on 700 hit points in his light tank. Does get shot once. Gets get tracked. Bob is going to get the finish here. Maybe. Noodleton does go unspotted. This is squarely in the realm of a Decoy victory. Felipe gets shot once via the Batchat. Gets shot again via the Batchat. Felipe does get a shot out in return. Over on the other flank, Noodleton going into the 1v1 versus Bob. Noodleton misses his shot. Does get a little bit of a ram off, making him one shot. Bob is reloading. Over the other side, Felipe does go down. Noodleton is over by his IS-7. Noodleton does get the kill on Airstorm, as well as Bob now being one shot. Whoa. What has happened?
Oh.
Immortals turning it around. Tubbins did die, but Monkey is able to get out, as well as Wizzy being on not full hit points, but 487. Decoy coming in clutch on this flank. It appears that they're going to be able to kill. Excuse me, Immortals coming in clutch. Bob going in alone. Who died on this flank? Who did I miss?
Wizzy.
Wizzy died. 2v1 push. Okay. And Bob does go down. And it's now a 4v3 situation. The hit points are in favor of Decoy. Double base cap happening. You're going to have triple base cap happening. Triple base cap, 25 seconds. Immortals has got to do something quick. They may not have time to get back. It had to have been Noodle, I think, up the middle. We're going to watch from this point of view. Here we go. This is for the Decoy victory. If Decoy gets the victory here, then they are going to win the series. If Immortals can get a reset, is going to be going.
That was a close blind fire.
And
oh, they got it.
It is a base capture by Decoy to take the series.
Wild.
4-2, right? Or 4-2? Yeah, 4-2.
Yep.
Man, that gotta be
game.
unfortunate for Immortals losing in that manner. Phenomenal game out of both. I thought Immortals was going to bring it back. Decoy had won it. Immortals did a massive fluff there in the middle. Yeah. Immortals brought it back to their credit, and then Decoy took it back right at the end. So it basically in favor there was Immortals had favor based on initial positions. Then Tubbins got off the hill, which brought them down in
huge.
favor. That was big. If Tubbins didn't leave hill, completely different game. Completely different game. Decoy sensing the position that Tubbins was in, did the proper thing, pushed up straight past Tubbins, got the hill control, and won the game because of it. Right there at the end,
relatively for free. Wow.
Yeah, right there at the end, I will say, Immortals did bring it back. Immortals cleared the 1-2-3-4 flank very effectively. I think that was courtesy of Ryan in the IS-7 pushing up to the middle of the map. Let's go over damages real quick, though. Willow's in the bat chat doing 2453. IS-7 out of Ryan, 2366. 95 E6 out of Wizzy, 2041 damage. 1 second, I just accidentally pressed the... I think that's the final match. I could be wrong. Also, guys, don't forget to claim your free war chest in the store. Valor out of Mince Gamer, 1707. Batch out of Monkey, 1585. 200 out of Noodleton, 1473. Sir Tubbins in the I-7, 954. Only doing 2 shots. And the leader has disbanded the custom room. We're going to go over and finish damage. Congratulations to Decoy for winning that one. Bob in the 95E6 doing 3190. Excuse me, Blue in the 95-6, 3190. Bob in the batch at 2319. Lecto in the batch at 2159. Gambit in the Mark 6, 1624. Flippy in the Mark 6, 1509. Dip in the I-7, 1446. And Tune out of Airstrom. Phenomenal gameplay out of Decoy there. Immortals, it is their fault. They did throw, in my opinion. I did. I know encounter map sucks. I did want to see it go to tiebreaker, but that was a Decoy victory. Congratulations to Decoy winning the Latin League, excuse me, the Lotus League, not the Latin League. Sin won the Latin League.
Right.
All the tournaments, some of the tournaments are similar, man. And yeah, Kaiser, anything you have to say about that, man?
That was fun. Yeah, that last match was insane, bro. GG's.
Absolutely, that was a certainly one of the matches of all time. Certainly one of the matches of all time. We are going to call it there, guys. I'm going to get off. Probably won't be streaming tonight. Maybe be streaming on Monday or Tuesday. I love all of you. Everybody have a great rest of their day, and I will see you all on the flip side. I will be uploading this game to YouTube for anybody who's curious and watching it. So, love you guys. Kiss, kiss. Goodbye.